Emotions high, logic low. Get that through your head. You gotta take your emotions out when you do anything with your business. You have to think logically as much as possible. I know it's tough, but you have to do it. So before I dive into that next video where I teach you how to systemize and build a sustainable business within vector marketing, I want to run over the quick analogy of feeding your kids with the seed. As you guys know, the Chinese proverb is this. There's a seed, the Chinese proverb for the bamboo tree, right? The bamboo seed, you have to water it every day, get it in the sun every single day, do all the right activities consistently every single freaking day for years till you see a little boop and then a little leaf will spurt, right? How many years in a row? Like 5, 6, 7 years in a row of doing the right activity to see just a little leaf. The whole point of it though is within that 2 to 3 month span after the leaf goes up, you're going to have a 10-foot tall bamboo tree. So it's a really cool analogy within business. Once you build a solid staff, once you have the years and just a thorough staff member organization where you have people in place, those systems are in place, people are doing the right things, they're thinking the right way, you have a mature audience in that room, the list goes on, your building will grow at a abnormal rate compared to others, but it takes years to build that business, right? So in vector marketing, what I've found is it takes about 36 months of consistently doing the right things to develop the culture, to develop the true, veteran staff that you're gonna need, to develop the right things. So it takes about 36 months. But within those 36 months, you cannot use the excuses of, I forgot. Or other people didn't feed their kids, so I don't need to feed my kid today. Or other people don't, give their kids all this great stuff, so I don't need to give my kid all this great stuff of knowledge and education and all that stuff. Look, if you're trying to raise an idiot, a dumb kid, yeah, then teach him poor things. Just because other people don't teach their kid rich thinking activities, rich thinking logic, doesn't mean you don't have to do it. You should do it if you want to have a great, rich thinking kid, right? The list goes on. These are comical in a sense, right? I can reschedule feeding my kid because others rescheduled to feed their kid, right? Or it's a lot of work, I go through a whole day and then I have to feed the kid. That's tough, man. I'm just going to reschedule that, right? We laugh at those things because, you just wouldn't do that, right? Treat your business the same way. A good example is the phone jam. As you see, I have it up here, is so many people will not build the culture of the morning phone jam because it's, I gotta get up early, I gotta do it for like 3 months before people actually buy into it, But think of it like this. You're gonna have people in the summertime, in the fall, in the spring, where they like to get up early, but they're not gonna tell you that if the culture's like, we get here like at 9. Then they're never gonna go over and beyond and say, hey, I wanna get here at 7 a.m. and run a great phone jam and do all these great things for this business that seems pretty lazy. They're not going to do that, right? But if you have a culture in place, you have staff members and organizations in place where you have a phone jam every morning going on, the culture's there and it's money time is the morning phone jams, and all this great stuff's happening, you're going to have a lot of good opportunities hit. In vector marketing, we have a lot of missed opportunities because we reschedule stuff and we don't know what we don't know. We don't know the opportunity we lost. We don't know about little Mikey who wanted to go in the morning at 7 a.m., study a little Tony Robbins video for 30 minutes, and then pound the phones by 7:45 and book that doctor who was going to buy a 6K order, and then go on to become the top DM in the company, right? We don't know those things, so we just let them go because, hey, no sweat on my back, right? You have to realize it takes time and it takes dedication, but if you're not going to dive in and get committed, you're never going to be that district manager clearing over $1 million a year. If you want to build wealth within your life and you want to use vector marketing as the vehicle to get the huge capital gains to then reinvest into wealth things, you can't do that if you're not clearing $1 million a year. I'm sorry, $500,000 district managers aren't really rolling in the dough, okay? They get by, it's okay, but it's not great. It's not excelling. It's not pursuing excellence. So I want you to challenge yourself before you dive into this next video and say, do I want to pursue excellence and do I want to do it very, very slow? Do I want to be that 40-year-old district manager who hasn't even cleared $1 million in a year? Even though every bone in my body has the capability to do it, I won't do it until like 45, 50 years old. I want to take my time. I want to be, balanced and all those stupid words, right? If you want to be that, okay, then go away from this video because 36 months is going to scare you. But 36 months is all it takes, guys. 36 months is all it freaking takes. If you just stay consistent for 36 months, no whining, no complaining, no forgetting, no rescheduling. For 36 months, you're going to have people around you that get your work ethic. They're going to be excited and inspired by your work ethic, and they're going to want to build an organization with you because you lead from the front. Or you're going to be that guy who just goes by, look at me, I own a business, and you're going to be that guy that no one really takes seriously, and you're just a dude or the chick who sells knives. So I really want to inspire you to outwork everybody, because that is the secret formula to my success, our people's success in my organization, and that is all it is. We get the idea of the seed. So in the next video, you're going to see how I built it and the activities I did to outwork everybody. Now it's up to you to go do them. That's all you have to do.